It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just close it the best you can. I mean, door's not supposed to close anyway, right? Especially at a house.
Had it. Mad about it?
I've been under a wet house for 2 hours.
Tell me about it. Let's just talk about that instead of misery. Because you've been in misery.
This is misery.
Blake, my question to you is happy October, everybody. My misery. My question to you is what current 2025 person could they redo misery with and it'd be about a real person?
I don't think I understand the question.
Okay, for example, if it was the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s, 2010s, even 2020s, Peter has a wreck and a crazy fan keeps him in his house. Yeah. And makes him do all kind of stuff, reenact movies and stuff. I was asking what if they redid Misery today and had to use like a real either famous person or celebrity or whatever, what would be the best scenario? Who would you like to see have a wreck and then be tortured? Who would be the most interesting? Part of me wants to say Mr. Beast has a wreck and gets brought into an old house by one of his fans, and they just constantly, tormenting him, and he takes a beating the whole time before he finally gets out of there, and at the end of it, he gets killed. But
Mr. Beast is a good one.
McConaughey,
Elon Musk.
Well, that may happen in real life.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think Mr. Beast, I mean, you're talking about the most popular guy on all social media.
And also possibly a
right.
McConaughey, I think, would be a good one because you could have, especially if it's a guy, they could just constantly messing with him about his roles, but while they beat the piss out of him. All right. I got your supper. Munson, you can throw him in. He needs another movie to do. Troy Aikman. Who's the most okay, it would have to be somebody that's totally antisocial. Maybe like Daniel Day-Lewis, because he never gets out there and does anything but like a movie every now and then. Like a real great actor.
Like Morgan Freeman.
Well, yeah, but he's 90 though, so I don't think it'd work. You see that guy over there? He's like 90. I watched a couple of interviews while you're thinking. I watched a couple of interviews with Carl Reiner, or is it Rob Reiner, and Kathy Bates. And I won't get all the names correct, and you may have this, but did you know that Richard Dreyfuss was offered the role because he had previously turned down Rob Reiner's offer to him for the Billy Crystal role in When Harry Met Sally, because he said he didn't think the script was very good. Yeah. So when Rob Reiner came calling again, Dreyfuss said, I'll take it. I don't even care what it is. I'll take it, because he just turned down a huge blockbuster, which immediately my mind got to working. I've never seen When Harry Met Sally, but it'd be 10,000 times better with Richard Dreyfuss instead of Billy Crystal.
Yeah, Billy Crystal sucks.
Yeah, nobody can literally think Billy Crystal's attractive at all.
I don't know. I can't see Dreyfuss as Annie.
No, not Annie. He would be the writer.
Oh.
It'd be a lot more. I don't think I could see Richard Dreyfuss being able to take down Annie. Warren Beatty was up for this role. Warren Beatty helped him rewrite the script, Blake. Rob Reiner in this interview said him and two other people and Warren Beatty sat down, and Warren Beatty said, guys, this is not a horror movie. What this is a jailbreak movie. And that's the kind of mindset you got to have when you're writing most of this movie, is this guy's trying to escape from jail. So he helped write it and took it all the way to the completion of the script. And then he hit him with, I don't know. I don't think I'll be in this movie. And he's like, well, you just helped us write the script. He said, well, if you can't find nobody else, call me. They tried William Hurt, Rob Reiner said, De Niro, Pacino. And there was one more. I can't remember. Robert Redford, did I say him?
You didn't say Redford. The only name you've said that kind of piqued my interest is Redford. Those other ones I could care less.
I
James
think
Caan is the best.
I think Warren Beatty could have pulled it off. Warren Beatty,
What's some stuff he's been in?
Dick Tracy.
Never seen it.
He was in a ton of shit stuff. I just can't. I don't know the name of. Bullworth is a good one,
Never seen it.
but yeah, we'll have to do a Warren Beatty night on the channel.
Okay.
What do you tell me? Tell me your thoughts on Misery, and we'll go to bed.
I don't know how I feel about this movie.
Oh, here we go. I thought you loved this movie.
No. Don't misunderstand. I do love this movie. It's great from start to finish. No slow parts. I don't know.
Don't misunderstand. He's aware.
Make no mistake, he's aware.
He's very aware. Try your shoes.
I got a feeling this whole October is just going to make.
I feel this movie makes me very anxious. I don't know. Like I have an uneasy feeling throughout this whole movie, and not many horror movies or movies in general give me that feeling. That I think it's. First off, I hate Rob Reiner. I hate him.
Right.
But I think this is beautifully shot. I think some of the aerial shots. I think the to steal your line, the scenery. It's a really beautiful movie, but I don't know. I'm sick to my stomach throughout this whole movie, and when he finally gets the edge over on her, it's such a good feeling there at the end. And the scene in particular that I'm talking about is when he has her by the balls, so to speak, and he's got the one thing she cares about, which is all the answers to her questions about the book that she just made him write, and he burns it up. Like he didn't just burn it up. He teased her and told her what was all in it, and then threw the match on it because he.
You want to know who Misery's father is? It's right here. You want to know who she gets with? It's right here.
You want to know who killed Stefano? It's in here. And it's all part of his brilliant plan because he's been exercising for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. When she goes to put out the fire to bend down, he's going to pick up this old school 900-pound typewriter and bash his head in with it. And it was great.
She was tough.
Yeah. She's been through some man.
It's an look. You hit it right on the head.
Dragon Lady.
This movie is beautifully shot. It's an isolation movie. It does make you feel uncomfortable because at any moment, especially as I'm going to say devolves, because something's quite not right with her. And it just slowly, you get to see that she's not a stable person. And then when she finds out he's killing Misery, it's all downhill from there. He knows something is up. He senses it. I mean, he sees her leaving. Why can't we call the cops now? He senses something is up, but I think he's giving her just a little bit of credit, and then it's just all downhill once she finds his manuscript and burns it. She makes him burn the book. And here's a crazy thing. He's sitting up. It is such I'm going to say nostalgic feeling. I've never written a book, but to see somebody typing a novel and not having the ability to save it on a disc, but your only copy is this physical copy, which could have flew out the window when he wrecked. He could drop it into a puddle, into the toilet accidentally, and then it's gone. There's like no copies, and just her forcing him to burn that. And then it comes back around at the end where she makes him write this novel to fix what he did wrong, even though that novel is not even out there. Or was it out there? No, she read the manuscript in his bag, right? Where he killed Misery.
No. So the manuscript in his bag was his first thing that he was going to print that wasn't Misery related.
You're right. And she bought the book at the store and she freaks out because she's the biggest Paul Sheldon fan. And that's also a nostalgic thing. And I'm sure people still do it. but the people that were just in love with authors, that they would, collect all their books. And I know me and you don't have the fondest thoughts on Stephen King. This is him writing a book about how important he is to other people. And I interpret it as, because now Stephen King over the years and with the advent of social media, Stephen King has showed you who he is. He showed you what type of human being he is. So you now know, off of this years of him spouting nonsense on social media, showing people he's a moron. This whole book is him saying, I'm super important. I write all kind of important stuff out there, and the people that love me the most are the biggest dumb out there, and they're dangerous.
A great man once told me, I remember a time in the 70s and 80s where if you were a movie star, you were the biggest celebrity on the planet. Everyone looked up to you and idolized you and every word, and there was some kind of mystery there to them. And then the advent of social media gave them a voice to give their opinion daily, and we all got to find out they're all dumber than dog.
Exactly. The worst thing that happened to the celebrity, or I guess I should say the actor, is them being on social media.
Yeah.
Because they present, we'll use Kathy Bates, for example. She presents such I'm going to say noble and like regal presence in any movie she does. You're sitting there going, look how talented this woman is.
Yeah. Waterboy.
Yeah. Waterboy, Misery, The Office, where she's got the dogs, fried green tomatoes, Titanic,
Dolores Claiborne.
Dolores Claiborne. She's so good at being an actress. And all it would take is and she's probably already done it, but I hope she hasn't, just the right paragraph on social media. And all of a sudden she's a dumb to everybody.
Yeah.
It's really sad. So we're going to pretend that didn't happen. You're right. James Caan is great in this movie. Yeah. My wife has never seen Misery. And
what was the thoughts there?
Well, she didn't get to see the whole movie. She came in as I was knocking some dust off. I wanted to go to the best parts.
Oh.
I was just I watched it last night by myself, and I wanted to hit like the ending part again, because I wanted to see if there was anything I missed. Because to me, look, and people have already tuned out by now because we're not talking about Misery enough. The biggest part of this movie for me is I was watching Saturday Night Live, and Dana Carvey and John Lovitz were hanging out, and it was snowing outside. And Dana Carvey says, I'll see you later, John, because he's retiring the church lady. And it shows him driving, and it shows the car go off the edge, and it shows it flip like James Caan's car did in Misery. And then you see somebody pry the door open, and this big bee carry him off, and he wakes up in the bed dressed like the church lady. No, excuse me. He wakes up in the bed as Dana Carvey, and Roseanne is the one who's pulled him out. She was hosting Saturday Night Live, and then she hears on TV, oh, I'm totally off because John Lovitz was in the car with him when they wrecked, and she only saved Dana Carvey. She finds out through the television that he's retiring the church lady, so it cuts to the next scene. She's dressed him up like the church lady and making him say, isn't that special, over and over and over again. And then finally he gets out of bed and starts beating her up, and she's about to kill him. And all of a sudden she gets shot, and it's John Lovitz at the door. And Dana Carvey's like, I thought you were dead. And he gets to hit that acting. And then I think he kills Dana Carvey.
That's pretty good.
Because he's always wanted to be the church lady. And that's how it opens, with him saying, isn't that special, over and over and over.
I'm going to have to look that one up. That sounds really good.
The only reason I bring this up is because the beginning of the movie reminds me of that every single time, because they use the actual footage of her big hulking back as she's dragging him out of the car. And this dude had a double tib fib. Paul Sheldon had a double tib fib. When she shows him his legs, it is so freaking gross.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
And you know, him, like you said, it's a movie where, you know, she basically is his number one fan. This is like a dream come true to her that she found him. We later find out she was actually stalking him, and that's how she knew he wrecked. So, excuse me. So, you know, we followed their journey of her, you know, slowly descending, or my bad, slowly showing her madness to him. And then finally he realizes, I'm in some real danger here. And as he's starting to heal, she knows he's starting to heal. And she comes in there, dude, when he tries to escape, and she takes that freaking sledgehammer to his foot. That is so gosh dang gross.
Mm-hmm.
It is so gross. When me and you were talking about reviewing this movie, you wanted to know the differences between the book and the movie. Did you go look them up?
No.
Okay, so there's 5 differences that AI told me between the novel and the movie.
I do know one off the top of my head. In the
Hit me-
book,
Hit me with it, brother.
in the book, she cuts his foot off with an axe.
Yes.
One swell, and
Cauterizes the wound so he doesn't bleed out
just insane. And like
with a blowtorch.
In
She
the
takes a
movie-
blowtorch to it.
Rob Reiner considered naming this Footloose.
Rob Reiner did say, because is there a scene where they kept mentioning running over him or trying to run over him with a lawnmower?
She wanted in the book, because this is what Stephen King does. If you think Maximum Overdrive, Annie Wilkes runs over Farnsworth with a lawnmower. And they're like, well, that would be stupid. That wouldn't look good on the screen. That wouldn't fit what we got. So we're just going to go shotgun to the back.
I love that you called this actor by his real name, Farnsworth.
Well, yeah. And that's why Robert Redford would work, because they would reunite from The Natural. That's where I know Farnsworth from.
This sheriff, and I'll come back to the differences here in a second. This sheriff, he's got
Or something about him.
He just seems so wholesome.
Yeah.
And nice and
It
good.
feels like he could come to one of our family get-togethers and we wouldn't miss a beat.
Yeah. And also he seems really smart. When he finally goes out to Annie's house, he's searching. He lets her know, I'm going to look around. But at the whole time, he's playing her for a fool by answering some of her questions and the way he responds. Now, at the end, you know, double barrel through the back, through the chest, I told my wife, I was like, maybe he's okay. Because I did, you know, we get to meet him and his wife, and they're 1,000 years old. That might have been the saddest part of the movie for me, Blake, is him dying. Moreover than, you know, Paul Sheldon getting tortured or anything like that, is the sheriff dying. I want him to make it. So that answers that question, because I caught that interview with Rob Reiner a little bit in progress, and him and Kathy were laughing about the lawnmower because she really wanted to do the lawnmower. So here's another one. In the novel, Annie kills more people. State trooper, shop clerk, and others is what it says. The movie has fewer victims. The ending of the movie, in the novel, Paul kills Annie more violently and struggles with lingering trauma and addiction after escaping.
Yeah. Yeah. So they put an emphasis in the book on his pill addiction.
Yeah.
And she uses that to keep him around, honestly.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yeah.
Well, I like the movie more than I don't like him being addicted to pills. And back to 20 minutes ago when I brought this up, at the very beginning of it, there was just something great about the fact that he has a tradition that when he gets through writing a book, one cigarette, so OCD, one cigarette, one match, one glass of champagne. That was awesome how that began the movie. And you get to see how he strikes that match like a real man towards the end of the movie, where we get to see him strike that match and light that whole damn thing up. This movie's great. It's scary. It's gory. It's tense feel throughout it.
Hey,
I would say it as a kid, as a younger viewer, I remember it having slower parts. As an adult, I say as an adult, as a 50-year-old man, I didn't find much of it that slow. I wanted more, but that's just me. Also, real quick before I forget, Rob Reiner didn't want to cut his foot off in the movie. His reasoning was Paul Sheldon had learned something from all of this trauma. He wanted him to be able to walk away from it and not just be like in a wheelchair the rest of his life.
Kathy Bates received her Oscar for this movie, Ronnie. And by the way, well deserved. I'm not the biggest Kathy Bates fan, but my God, you touched base on it earlier. How good she is playing the sweet religious lady and then straight into I'm psychotic, you've pissed me off. I don't want her dead. No, Misery can't die. Misery can't die. You see what you made me do? Cock-a-doodie.
At any point, do you think he was going to get away?
I did. But my question is, the reason I brought up the Oscar, Ronnie, is why wasn't James Caan nominated?
I think he was so overshadowed in this movie that his good performance. And was he nominated?
No, he wasn't even nominated. That's what I'm looking up right now.
I think if I had to guess, and plus it's 2025, we now know that the majority of Oscar nominations are bought and paid for by the studios. We know
Jeremy Irons won Best Actor for Reversal of Fortune. These are the runner-ups, Ronnie. These were the nominations. Kevin Costner for Dances with Wolves.
That's a good one.
Robert De Niro for Awakenings.
Man, you know what Awakenings is?
Richard Harris for The Field.
You know what Awakenings is?
Gerard Depardieu for Cyrano de Bergerac.
You know what Awakenings is?
Nuh-uh.
Robin Williams is in this movie, and there's an experimental drug to bring these people out of, like, I don't want to say a coma. It's sort of like when they're like that right there. And there's an experimental drug that brings all these people out of that state. And Robert De Niro is one of those people. Now, I haven't seen this movie since I watched it on Viewer's Choice when I was a kid. So whatever year that came out was the year I probably see it. But the medicine starts to wear off. So all these people are going back into their little catatonic whatever state. And I remember, like, for a while, they have their freedom of being back. So I know he didn't win. I'm pretty sure Kevin Costner won the Oscar for Dances with Wolves, right?
Jeremy Irons.
Well, then that's stupid.
Horseshit.
Yeah. But no, it was a really good movie. I mean, this was like the best movie I think we've watched this month. Besides Bloodshot.
Yeah, I think you have to say Misery is the best. It beats out Frailty. You know,
what do you think about a solid 7.7? What do we give Frailty? I don't think we ranked Frailty.
I don't remember ranking anything, but I mean, Ronnie, how could this movie be better? You don't want to change out any of the actors.
Hold on. Hold your thought, because I never did answer your question. I don't think he got nominated because she overshadowed him so much that people don't realize just how of a great performance he gave. I mean,
So good.
Yeah, she is so good in this. She just overshadowed him. He was amazing in this movie in his role. And I think it was just overshadowed by what a great performance she gave. Now you can return.
I don't know what you call it, Ronnie, when you're an actor in a movie and you're a character and that character has to act. Like I'm going to call it acting. You know, Roger Dorn does it in Major League.
Yeah.
You know, in the commercial, he's a bad actor. Look what it's done to us. So James Caan, who is this character of Paul Blart or whatever his name is. Paul Sheldon. He gets to a point where he's up at the typewriter. He's having to pretend to fall in love with her. And Annie, will you join me for dinner? And like he is doing such a good job of playing her.
His plan goes right down the when that step spills.
Oh man.
saving that stuff up for months.
And you gotta wonder.
Did she know?
I
think she would have beat him some more if she knew.
Part of me wants to say I think she knew. She immediately turned that glass over when she came back in there.
Was the cocoa?
She's really smart.
Was the cocoa she was going to give the sheriff? Was it?
Yeah, it was. Okay. Oh yeah.
And he chose not to drink it because he was smart.
She has access to all kinds of stuff because she used to be a nurse. She used to kill babies.
Is that what she said?
No, dude, it's in the newspaper articles. She was the dragon lady. That's what she was known as.
You're right. I'm sorry.
And the person who was the top of her class jumped out of a window, quote unquote. So Annie Wilkes became top of the class, Ronnie. I mean, it's little stuff like that you see in those newspaper clippings that make it even better.
Hold on.
You didn't hit record?
No, I hit record, but you nor everybody watching is going to be able. Lindsay! You won't believe there's a spider on my floor right now. Hey, I'm recording. Will you bring your phone? I got to take a picture of this spider and bring something to kill this spider because it's gigantic.
Are we doing arachnophobia tomorrow?
It's got so much hair.
He can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh. It's got hair.
It's October, baby. How do I turn flash on?
You got to wind it.
You got to get a shoe. It's going to get me. Dude, you got to see this.
You hadn't had a spider issue in a long time.
They're coming back. How do I get the flash on?
It's like a lightning symbol. Rare appearance by Lindsay on 31 Days of Horror.
Blake said rare appearance by Lindsay on 31 Days of Horror. I'll blur her out.
Lindsay, weigh in on misery real quick.
Lindsay, look at this. I think it might be dead.
It's gonna get in his coke down there.
It's not going to get in my coat. Is it going to flash? It don't flash. Where's flash?
Lightning symbol, yellow lightning symbol on the top. Ronnie's good at editing. He's throwing up that picture of the spider right now. But he'll never remember that.
I will remember it, but I can't get a flash.
Yell at her. Farnsworth, the sheriff, was such a good character, and he was really good at his job. He went and read every misery book there was.
Yeah, it's a little known thing they don't talk about much. Is he did go do that? Why?
Yeah, to get an idea, to get in the head of someone who would be obsessed with Paul Sheldon, I guess. I don't know, but he does that, and then it all leads back to Annie. Annie's got all the books, and she's buying the typewriter paper that Paul Sheldon uses. I mean,
all right, it's dead. Crunch. Did you hear that crunch? Yeah. All right, so here's what we're going to do.
But there's an argument to be made that if Annie wasn't such a stalker, Paul Sheldon dies in that wreck because he's never found.
That is true.
This is going to be one of the highlights of 31 Days of Horror.
All right.
If he leaves it all in. Head on the table, bending down. Oh, wow. That's a big bastard.
I told you. It's got hair.
Put it on the table back there next to Piper and Ventura. See how long he stays there for 31 Days of Horror.
Ridiculous. Yeah, I forgot about him reading all the books. I got to blur my wife's face out. She don't be associated with this filth.
No.
But anyway, really good movie.
Yeah, back to the ratings. I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10. And
dude's going 8. I say 7, 8-ish, 7, 8.
I hadn't looked at the rest of the lineup. I don't see us reviewing another movie as good as this one.
Well, we do have Age Jabber.
L.A. Age Jabber.
There's a lot of stuff left, Blake. Hold on. We're only on day what, 8?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hell, man. We got Bubba Hotep, 13 Ghosts, Monster, The Burning, Tiggs, Halloween 3, Dead Heat, Day of the Dead. We got tons of movies left. Tons of good times. All right, for Blake, I'm Ronnie. Stay.
Hit that piano.